Welcome to Modern Mystic Messages. I'm Teresa. Thank you so much for stopping by and clicking on the video. And family, whew, I got a sneaking suspicion this reading is about to be kind of lit, in a good way. I think. We always hope. But I've been trying to do this reading for 2 days now. My job been. And last night, well, after the last reading I did, as I was putting the cards away, I was talking about never find, keeping my cards separate and all the rest of that. As I was putting away the Archangel Metatron deck, I realized one had left behind. So I looked at it and it was wake up call, listen and take note. And so I was like, okay. And then the Orisha deck was just kind of calling to me. And again, never used it on the channel. I've only ever used it for one other person. But this deck made it clear that it wanted to come out and play with us. So I guess the Orishas and the angels didn't have a meeting because when I sat down to do deck selection, the decks I chose at first, I had to put three of them back, and then some others that I didn't expect came along with. So we're going to see where it goes. Again, thank you for coming along today to get a message and clicking on the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And please leave a comment. Let me know where you're from. If the messages are giving you some benefit, I definitely enjoy you coming to stop and share this time with me. And yeah, so we're going to get right in here. Before I get started, I do want to burn some sage here. Like I said, this is not the reading that I thought it was going to be initially when I thought, I'm going to do a reading. And you know what, y'all? It's so weird. I woke up today and it felt like Sunday. And I actually got ready to go outside and do my little Sunday meditation and all of that. To come in, I was still going to do a reading, but I'm off on Wednesdays and Sundays, but it's definitely Wednesday. It's definitely Wednesday. But yeah, it feels like Sunday kind of important. So we're going to get with it. And this beautiful lady here, recently I was led to get a Rose of Jericho, and that's what this is. I don't know if you've never heard of it or whatnot. I wasn't familiar with it either. I do pay attention to what I bump into and then do the research, and I felt like it was something that my guides wanted me to know about, so I went and got one. Well, I actually bought four in the box, but it's called the Resurrection Plant. So I thought, since that death, transformation, rebirth theme has been all over this collective's readings, I thought, well, you know what? It'd be kind of cool to have a resurrection plant on our tarot table. And then I started looking at some of the spiritual meanings and uses behind it, and I was like, whoa, holy smokes. So, yeah, we definitely are going to have one. But it's so cool, y'all, because yesterday, yesterday afternoon, when I got off work at 5 o'clock, this plant looked like this. That's how they come. This is a Rose of Jericho. And they call it that because it tumbles along when it loses its root, its main root stem or whatever. There's two different types, they say. One has a longer, more profound root, and then one has this kind of fibrous root system. But when they lose their root system, they tumble around until they find a water source. And then, but this thing can stay dormant in this state for years. And then when you add it to water, it resurrects. And I thought that was super fitting for us, for this collective. So, yeah, it's over here. And of course, we do want to call in our guides, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael. As always, I do ask that you be with us at this time. Help me receive clear messages here. And Yeshua, of course, I do ask that you be here, whether it be in the name that is known to most or whether it is in Abatala. I do ask your presence here, as well as the other Orisha Shango, Imaya, Elegua, Oya, Oshun, Oba, we thank you. And to all of our ancestors and beings of the highest white light, we do thank you for any messages that you may have for us at this time. And again, I do thank you for the privilege of being able to bring a message to your beautiful chosen ones. Ashe. All right, family. I'm sorry I got the fidgets that they were in their dry state. They're super crumbly, and even in just in that, she left some stuff on our table. So normally they would say don't get rid of any of the waste from it because you can use it as floor wash. It's got all kinds of uses, y'all. Look it up. I'm actually being called to work with it and do some intentional work with some crystals around it. So I'll keep y'all posted when I get that rocking. It's an idea formulating with me. Like I said, I'll let you know. But we're going to get on in here. Get Metatron over here. And the spread we're going to do today, I'm going to pull some oracles at the end because, well, actually, we are going to start with some oracles. See what some of the deities, the angels and ancestors who wants to help preside over this reading. And I was concerned about using the Orisha deck at first. Okay. Oh, I guess they're all right there. Um, because it is primarily of like the Ifa, Yoruba, Afro-Brazilian tradition. However, in really kind of looking into it and getting into the book, I know some readers I've heard recently kind of go in against the book, but at least these people spend their lives. They receive this downloaded information, they go and do the research. And some of these books, I forgot how long this man spent, but I think it was like a 20-year thing of research to make this deck. Same thing with the Tantric Dakini and the Oracle of the Tao Tarot and the Oracle that goes with that. That was her life's work on her spiritual journey. So I don't dismiss the books, but yeah, we start out here with Nut, understanding, Mehen, protection, and Happy, renewal. I know. Like I say, I for this collective, the resurrection plant is super, super appropriate. So I've just learned when stuff comes across my path lately, it ain't no accident. I start paying attention. And yeah, I'm so, so very pleased to have been introduced to this plant and look forward to working with it. It's said to be a very powerful spiritual tool. Ooh. We have Ursula Donzer here, Donter, Etheric Chord, Sekhmet, Wounded Healer, and Ayazan Miracle. Y'all, Chiron was saying, I'm about to throw the cards already. We ain't even got started yet. Yesterday, I sat down after work to do the pre-shuffle, and I pulled myself a little practice spread just to see how the different decks that I had chosen would lay out together on the table. And those cards were so amazing. I really should have recorded it, but they were so amazing. So I knew wasn't nobody gonna believe it anyway. I wish I had kept it, even for my own posterity, but I didn't want to spend any more time. And then I wound up getting sleepy and literally falling asleep at the desk. And I didn't want to disrespect this reading with that energy, so I just went on to bed. But yeah, it's looking like we're getting ready to have part two on this. Love it. Wow, got miracles coming in, y'all. Well, look, those etheric cords, that wounded healer thing. Trying to tell you, this little timeout that you've been on, this introspection, peeling away from people, all of that, it was for your protection. And truthfully, what some of us don't realize, it took me a minute to realize that when my latest, I should say, main tower, and then I've got good towers kind of coming now in a way to get me unstuck out of the shell. But when it first all fell apart, I didn't quite understand. I was far enough in my journey to kind of sort of understand that some things were happening that I didn't understand, but it could be for my good. For example, the precursor to the big tower for me in 2018, well, actually, it all kind of happened together. As that tower was falling, and I found out that I was suddenly about to be homeless, um, and did not have the resources anymore because, again, my choices, that's my healing journey. I'm just being transparent so people can understand how things can turn for your good. I woke up and realized that, like I said, I was going to have to leave Florida and I was coming here to Atlanta. And my ex at the time, the one who had put, suddenly put me in that position, I had no idea that he had a gambling addiction. And I also had no idea that he had not only frittered away all his money, but a fair portion of mine as well. And in trying to save us from eviction, I spent my last little bit of savings to try to get the rent paid up and everything on time because I thought he had done it and he didn't. So last minute, okay, fine, I'll do that. And I put that chunk of money in there and he gambled it away. So I was in a bind. But it was so much for my protection. I just couldn't see it at the time. And even in, he was going to take me to Atlanta. I think it was October the 18th. Went out to go do some Uber runs, supposed to be before, like he was going to do some runs that night and then drive me to Atlanta in the morning. Went out that night and totaled a brand new vehicle that I had helped him get. And whatever he did, he swore up and down he wasn't in the wrong, but he got so very little. I don't even think he got anything out of that insurance settlement, just his doctor bills covered. So obviously they found something at fault there. So like when I say tower fell, all the way fell, but I didn't know it was setting me up for a rebirth. And spending that time doing this healing work, I literally had to learn to cut those etheric cords. I didn't even realize there were some cords I needed to cut, but in that slowing down when the world stopped and I was able to go through and do that and start doing that, you set yourself up, if you will, or spirit is setting you up for miracles. Meditate, come out of the closet, persistence, and follow your heart. And they may scorn you. Oh, that sounds woo woo. Oh, you just dreaming. You're delusional. Where's your this? Where's your that? You want to talk about spiritual, but I don't see you rolling in the dough. These are all real things people have said to me, people. I just be wanting to laugh and say, just wait, just wait. But you can't really say anything because truthfully, you be doubting it yourself. Maybe I am crazy. Maybe I am delusional. Maybe I thought I was getting it right, but I wasn't. Maybe God don't really love me like that because the blessings don't seem to be rolling in like I expected them to be. Where they at, Lord? Where they at? Soul expansion with Baba G is here. Ooh, it's a not Kamara light activation. Diana, focused intention. That's what we talking about, ain't it, folks? That's exactly what we talking about right here. Focused intention for, and you don't even realize you're doing it for your manifestations at the time. You just want the pain to stop. But that pain, like Gandhi said, I thank those who brought me pain, for they are my teachers. It is our crying out and our deepest despair that generally, usually leads us to the cracking open that leads to our greatest ascension. How you gonna know what happiness is if you ain't never known what despair is? How can you really know what love is if you ain't never had your heart broken? How do you know what you want? until you have a whole big heap and drippy spoonful of what you don't want. But there's light activation here with the soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. Light activation. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. And Diana, with this focused intention, think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. You gotta leave some room here for this pyramid, y'all, because it's a big spread, but we gonna get it, because I knew this reading kind of felt important, kind of, sort of. Yeah. I'm loving this so far, family. Congratulations. Like I said, I did my reading yesterday, and I'm claiming all this juice too. Don't I'm greedy. I'm that greedy kid. You see these some meaty arms, I want all mine. So I'm claiming this too, but this is not my reading. I did mine yesterday. This is yours. Ooh. We have call in protection with Archangel Michael. Bear your burdens with love with the Siberian Shamanka. And the unexpected mentor with Agar. I was about to say, are you the unexpected mentor or are you getting an unexpected mentor? Probably both. Because we all go through layers of being the mentor and the mentee. Well, if we want to expand, we do. Some folks don't ever mentor or mentee. But if you want to expand, you're going to do that. And I know this crew. You wouldn't even be on this video if you wasn't expanding. So, yeah. Now, for this one, this spread is a little different, and I am going to say the invocation that goes along with it as I shuffle this deck. Because we want to get all this tea from the ancestors. So bear with me, y'all. Need to, I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but okay. The spread that we're doing, like I said, is called the Giza Pyramids layout. And strong and powerful as the earth itself, from the beginning of all times, I, just in this moment, invoke them. For my words have firmness and discernment. Also, that I might see, even though the wind and sand blur my vision, and that I might hear, despite the voices of hundreds of incredulous people that would confuse me. Cheops, Kephren, and Mycerinus, I wish your imperturbable silence will become sounds from my mouth, and as a renewed architect, I build stepped phrases of wise teaching. With your permission and helped by the forces that are still living, they can reach the peak of your majesty. We ain't gonna do that but once. That was enough shuffling, because I have done the 7 obligatory pre-shuffles to start with. So now I can begin my shuffle. Sorry about the noise, y'all. Just okay. Oh, I got the deck upside down. Ooh, y'all. Right out the deck, first card, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Earth. This is the harvest coming in. It worked. Oba, got that fierce warrior with you. Yes, indeedy. With the Lord have mercy, with the Ace of Fire. That's, yeah. Yeah. Oshamari is here. with the four of air. And Oshun, let me get a card for her because I know YouTube ain't playing. Wow, this is beautiful. And we are definitely going to look at the Orisha cards. I mean, the others, we're not going to look at all the book meanings. You know what the Ten of Pentacles is about. That is abundance. It is legacy. It is family. It's the dog defense. All of that. It is jackpot, spiritual. That's legacy building. Harvest in, y'all. And like I said, Oba, she's a protectress. Oshimari, we're gonna see. In fact, let's do it now so we don't get bogged down in that a little bit later. Um, and I'm not gonna read everything in it. I just want to make you a little familiar. The Orishas, a lot, because I didn't understand at first. I was raised in a Christian tradition, and I honestly was afraid of Ifa and the Yoruba traditions, mainly because of the misconceptions I had about like hoodoo and voodoo. Now I do understand a lot, just like any other religious traditions have been dramatically altered, but the Orishas, a lot of people look at them as gods. They were not gods. They're more like angels, angelic assistants. So, and in this deck, well, in the tradition as well, many of the Orishas have what we would consider Christian counterparts or correlations. For example, Obatala is basically an aspect of Yeshua, the Christed one. And yeah, so anywho, um, let's see. We ain't gonna talk about her dress and all that. The meaning of the card: she's a great fighting spirit and offering, passion and love without reflection, wife, lover, faithful girlfriend and companion, excellent housewife, a professional that works hard in her field and looks anxiously after others. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Was Oba? I think Oba. Yeah. She was the one. This Oba's lesson is a painful one, but in trying to um, entice her husband, she was the first wife of Shango, and she was, I think, was it Oya that was trying to get a hold of her? But anyway, she was trying to be his favorite. She felt like his interest was waning, and she followed bad advice and cut off her ear to make a soup to feed him because she was convinced by outside forces, because she was basically trying to create a potion to entice him, and she cut her ear off. Yeah, but she is a mighty protectorate after the fact, so I ain't trying to take nothing from her. But like you say, be yourself. Don't try to do like you let your spirit guides, ancestors, and Orishas do your heavy work. We don't need to do all the stuff we hear about out there that gives the spiritual traditions a bad name. We don't need to do that. I can't tell you what to do, but I think you get more by wielding light than you do playing around in darkness. I don't know who needs to hear that or need to understand that that's how I feel, because, yeah. Now, Oshimari, this is the yin feminine principle. Well, like I said, the snake image is the yin principle. And she is born from Obatala and Nanabaruku. It is an earth card. I'm not. Oh, and she does mean wealth, abundance, material pleasures, favorable changes, transmutation. It also talks about short trips, time and distance, thriving business, subtleness, diplomacy, politics. People confident in the field of oral, written, and visual communications. A great leader of groups, conventions, or the masses. He knows how to charm people with his looks, hands, voice, or speech, and that makes him a grandiloquent person. Now, I was laughing because y'all, I'm so non keeping up with the world. Like I said, I don't really watch television. And yesterday, I was aware yesterday was election day, but quite honestly, I got the itch every time I tried to turn on YouTube and they had one of them. Yeah, I'll say it because the Harris commercials were the ones that got me because I couldn't even skip past it when it was on the TV. I had to put the premium account on my TV just so I didn't have to keep listening to that because it was like, ugh, I can't. So I ain't even gonna lie. I'm very pleased with the outcome of the election, but I don't follow politics like that, so I wasn't even aware of the election results until my beautiful brother preach in Africa texted me this morning to congratulate. He was like, "Congratulations, I think." Because understand, in America, a lot of people of color are still in ignorance rocking with the Democratic Party, regardless the poison that they feed them. Okay, and I hope this video don't get me in trouble for stating that, but I mean, if you just actually look at the history of the things, the atrocities that have been done in America, the miseducation, the mishandling, and all of that in America, and it rocks hard back to the Democratic Party. They paint Republicans as only being about the wealthy. The Republicans are about fiscal health because that benefits everyone. And yeah, if they get rich on what they do, I ain't mad. But I didn't have $4 gasoline under the last Republican. And well, okay. I respect Trump's gangster. I said it. I been said it. I understood what I just understand. I used to feel the way a lot of people felt about him initially, but Spirit sat me down one day and I literally had to respect his gangster. And once I really went back in the history annals to see the real whole news stories and whole pieces of what the man said, actually said, and what he was about, rather than those little sound bites that we were fed that painted him like a monster, I ain't got no problem with him. Yeah, he's an old school businessman that's used to three martini lunches and the da 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 da. And he ain't doing no worse than all these rump shaking, this and that. Better have my money up in the club, bend over, touch your toes. There's nothing that he has said that is one iota worse than the filth we see unfolding around us in the world today. But all that said, but can he run a country though? And he can. He's proven he can. If they get out his way, and that's with them fighting him tooth and nail. If they'd actually get out his way, he could probably help us. Probably. I'm glad he's gonna get a chance to try. Anywho, let me get up off of there because I know I said way, way, way more than I intended to. But hey, anywho, so now, oh, and here he go, my dude, Elegba, yeah, this card follows me through this deck every time I pick up this deck and start shuffling because different spreads call for different amount of shuffles for them and things, and I'll be shuffling. And in the split, there he is. And then on the bottom, there he is. If I shuffle 14 times, I'm gonna see this card in at least 8 of those shuffles. It never fails. So I love that he's here at the base of this one. Ooh, the 9 of Swords, yeah. And and wow, yeah, this reading is hitting just as hard. Ooh, Pombagira is at the bottom, but we're not pulling from the bottom anymore. The way I was dealt called to pull this one. The 6 of Cups. Let me cover her up. And Iku. There's your transformation rebirth right there. Death. Right there. And Legua. The 9 of Fire. 9 of Fire ain't comfortable, y'all. That's that, you know, it's that Sekhmet wounded healer, wounded warrior type of energy. But Abatala is here. And like I said, Abatala is one, well, we're going to look at them briefly over here. Oh, I forgot to go by Oshun. Well, most people are familiar with Oshun. She's the Orisha of the sweet waters, the sensuality and fire, and yeah, she's right here, and I love it because Oshun is actually over my headspace. Yeah, my Yah is over my heart space, and Oya is over my destiny at this point in time. So I love that she came out for us. But this is an aspect of basically Christ consciousness. And then we got the fairies and the sylphs. I'm gonna pull the rest of this because oh no. Wait a minute. Oh, that's interesting, y'all. In here, when I pull from that issue, both both aspects, Pambagira and Eshu, were right here side by side. Eshu roams death at the crossroads, but Pambagira is at so it's the duality, the merging of those two. It's two as the softer, the yin yang principle, exactly. Why does it feel like I should have pulled from here though? No, I hate it when I move them too early and lose my spot, but that's okay. From the bottom, we have the Three of Cups, the Nine of Water. They came out for me yesterday too, and it wasn't. I don't think it was. It was two nines though and two fours, but the two nines were ranked over here in this pyramid, and the two fours were over here. Ooh, okay, the Two of Water and the Three of Swords. Ooh, all this air with the Two of Air. Well, the ancestors are funny. They are so funny. Because it's like they gave you, like, we got good news and bad news. What do you want first? That's what it feels like here. So they hit you with all of the yummy, yummy. Truthfully, it's like the pyramids kind of shifted. Looks like this is the payload. This is the journey. This is kind of where you came from. However, ooh, I just noticed here a 2-2 and a 3-3 and the 9-9 with all these heavy hittings right here. Oh, this is pretty nice. This is we're gonna hit these Orishas and then we're gonna clarify with some Rider Waite. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm fumbling. I'm just sitting here looking at it because that's lovely. The that cooperative element with the balancing of counterpart or no counterpart, whether you don't. I think this is your individual journeys. Although I can't help but see with the two of water and the two of air. Come on, y'all. There's some love coming in there. I want to see what those two have to say about those particular ones too, anyway. But I mean, that nine of water offsets that nine of fire. But again, this is what it takes to truthfully manifest the rest of this stuff, to call in those partnerships, to heal this melancholy of spirit truthfully. And again, everybody sees the Six of Cups as, oh, happy family and all of that, but there's a bit of, for me anyway, it always feels like a bit of some kind of family healing, a little touch of melancholy, a little bit of something. Now, you can rinse it, like you say. You can do this work, this nine of fire, Iku. That transformation, yeah. Um, Oba, Ocean. Sorry. Says her area of influence in the human body, Oshun, is mainly in the abdomen. Of course, her colors are yellow. But yeah, she's love, sweetness, femininity, hidden knowledge, research, and planning. Gifts as a medium, hypersensitiveness, psychism, mentalism. Can represent someone interested in medicine, either heterodox or orthodox, perhaps in social subjects, but generally related to the scientific field or metaphysical. I mean, they didn't say that, but yes. A woman, wife, or girlfriend who will know how to express an opinion without arrogance or aggressiveness in a quiet manner, subtleness, and distinction. So, hmm, that makes me wonder, is this aspects of the self, or is this reading literally like attributes of the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the union? We'll see. The tarot, the other tarot, I mean, they're both tarot, but yeah. Now, Elegua, he represents judgments, judges and magistrates, justice in general, and the concept of justice as such fairness, balance, and equality of conditions, administrative procedures, execution of contracts, bureaucracy, vouchers, documentation, papers in general, examinations, seminars, courses, and conventions. He acts on ideals or the idealization of a thought and on our conscience above all its ethical and social side. Like the concept of truth, justice does not always agree with what people may sometimes consider to be fair or true. Oh shoot. I was gonna say that don't sound right. That's Shango, which I'm sure, yeah, we'll get there. Oh no, we won't. He didn't come. Ashala came instead. My bad. I don't know why I thought I was, y'all, I'm losing it. But I lost it a long time ago. Yeah, there we go. I was like, 'cause he's a patron of open doors, of all doors and all roads, truthfully, not just the open ones. So he, like I say, sitting right here. This is beautiful. Therefore, the magical keys to open the most inviolable locks and the permits to walk the different paths that humanity will travel belong to him. His image is to be placed behind or close to the entrance of a house, since Elegua is the warden and protector of villages, towns, cities, houses, and so on. And then they talk about him being made up of the soil of 3 or 7 crossroads and stuff, but it's related to jobs, progress in one's work or jobs. They say he's the one that receives the first offerings, but this is abundant productivity is what he represents. Profitable advertising campaign. Your message will be well received. Tempting and practicable offers. Vitality. Yeah. And then Oshala or Obatala is another name. I prefer Obatala. I don't know. The most important, cherished, respected, and honored, the most beloved of all, Orisha, is our father, Oshala or Obatala. The image representing him is divided into two. The lower section shows an aspect of Oshala basically syncretized with the infant Jesus, and then a walking Obatala who succeeded the first Orisha in sequential time. He is synchronized with the Sacred Heart, our Virgin de la Mercedes in the Caribbean, Jesus of Nazareth, and Senhor de Bonfim in Brazil. The meaning is the same. The difference lies in that the older Oshala ruled formally and at a certain point in time delegated part of his tasks, but always monitors and controls their performance. And It means he's kind father, parental, positive parental archetypes, leadership position and authority, a fair judge, a magistrate, a gentle king or ruler, intelligence and wisdom, activities where reason is involved, mental clarity, divine protection, spiritual road, charitable and clear spirit, complete peace and happiness, teacher, professor, and any other person who forges active minds, enlightened teacher, priest who fulfills his duties as such within the framework of truth and justice on the basis of love and fraternity. This card protects you from danger and inconveniences of any nature. Ooh, I like it. I like it. Fairies and sylphs. See what their message is. This card may represent an old, mature man or woman who is a dreamer, sensible, melancholic, inspired, a poet, an artist, teacher, writer, scientist, etc. Someone with a fine character and with strong conviction, faithful and tender. In combination with other negative cards, we didn't have. There's really no negative cards here. Iku is not a negative card, in my opinion. Yeah. Iku's meaning is the end of something, change or transmutation, metamorphosis. It can also talk about being a sign of disease or a peak of something, transformation into another thing, and renewal. Now it does mention it can be talk about danger or crisis, death of a thing. But like I said, we've been in this rebirth cycle. We done got the wake up call, transmutation, and then the message from the air elements. Where is it? End of elements. I'm sorry. I gotta stop saying I'm sorry. It's a habit. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, of course. The meaning is the oxygenating feature of the air and its glorifying essence. Take into account the dates governing the three signs under this element. Its characteristics are intellectuality, expansibility, lyricism, communication, a situation of association and brotherhood. So you can read it a couple ways. This reading can be read on the personal level or in the mind, yours, and ours aspect, either way. Yeah. Because it is kind of interesting. I mean, I think Oshamari is considered masculine but in feminine energy. But we've got all of this feminine energy over here and then all of this masculine. Well, and interesting, Iku is feminine but kind of in masculine energy. Balance. So whether it's on the personal or the aspects of two counterparts, this is definitely about union, brotherhood, cooperation, and moving forward with something, a decision point, two of air. Like I said, the two of air in this deck isn't as harsh as the two of swords, I don't believe. But I did want to look at that message just to see what the two of water and the two of air had to say. Yeah, that's why. It's a feast of happiness of a great love, feast and happiness of a great love based on harmony. Stage of friendship, couple, or love affair with mutual understanding, spirituality, and tender feelings of piety and charity. Which, I mean, that's the Two of Cups, and that's the Two of Cups. But the Two of Air, I wanted to see what they had to say in this book because it doesn't really, yeah, it doesn't have the same kind of almost painful, sharp edge that the Two of Swords has in the Rider-Waite. Two swans come together, leaving trails on the water which represent the roads they have traveled to reach a communion of body and soul in a delicate embrace. Upon facing each other, they will form a heart, a symbol that will prevail through time. The swans move around with extraordinary elegance and refinement. They swim with a shapely and upright neck and an assurance that what seems to be a constant in their lives, their faithfulness to each other. There's a presage of death. A swan makes guttural noises that later turn into a melody. Such magical music is heard from a distance and imposes silence on its partner as a sign of respect, who will come and stay by its side until the last minute. This inexorable silence is also observed by their fellow swans who will witness the scene with extreme loyalty. Perhaps a similar sound is heard afterwards. It will be the other swan announcing that it will soon join its partner. Meaning, search for ideals, effective oral or written communication, agreements, transactions, joining of strengths and thoughts, friendship, concordant feelings, faithfulness, loyalty, and respect. There is love in everything you do, and you strike a balance between the material and the spiritual. Yo, why did I just get so emotional for that? You doing the work though. Balance. I'm so sorry. And I get it, because our lives don't look all that different on the outside for a long time. And you start even doubting yourself, are you really doing it? Spirit's saying, yeah, you're really doing it. And your spiritual team really notices and really got your back. It's amazing. I'm a watering pot anyway, y'all. Excuse me. Ugh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, I have forgot. I dropped a piece of incense or something down there, and it's kind of guttering this candle a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna clarify. We don't really need no clarity, but these are the decks that wanted to come. So I'm gonna do all the tea on this reading. Yes, indeed. Wow. I'm so done. I'm so done, y'all. Strength with this Ten of Earth. The Ace of Cups is out here with Oba, and the Hierophant with this Ace of Fire. Wow. What is it? Who are you? What is with these cards? Page of Wands and the Lovers are here. The Four of Swords. I told you. You called in this person in your pain, in your meditation, in your whatever it was. Four of Air. It didn't look pretty from the start, but you literally called in. Cooperate. I ain't gonna say a lover, although for many of us it is. I'm happy to say I'm calling in one too. But you're calling in partnership, success, abundance, harvest, all transformation. The sun is here with a leg. If y'all didn't see me pull these cards, you wouldn't believe it. OMG. Six of Pentacles is here with the Nine of Fire. You're going to have this reciprocity. Don't worry. You carried the burden long enough. You ain't going to have to carry it. You're going to get some reciprocity to the point that you're going to be able to give because you want to, not because you have to. But again, the main thing is, for me, I love the idea of humanitarianism with the Six of Pentacles, but reciprocity, because you've been giving your whole life. It's time for somebody to give back to you. You're owed it. Your ancestors ain't that. They had a meeting, apparently, a whole bunch of them from all over. They said, you did the work. It's yours. Yes. Mm. Ashala, Abatala is here with the moon. What is this? We got the Six of Swords here with fairies and sylphs. Oh, okay. Another one came over here. Well, now I'm conflicted, but I'm going to take both of them because of the way they hit the table. With the King of Wands here with the Six of Cups. And then the Nine of Pentacles with the Five of Wands is here with Iku. And that kind of makes sense because you are calling in abundance, wealth, luxury, love, all of that. Please don't think there ain't gonna be some competition and conflict over, well, Five of Swords is more the conflict, Five of Wands is kind of the competition. But haters gonna hate. Let them hate. You done did the work, and like, you paid for this. You don't get that. This is not a free gimme. No, you pay for this in emotional, spiritual, and sometimes even literal blood, sweat, and tears. You've done this work. I'm so proud of you, as they would say. Ten of Wands, it's ending. Let's here with this Three of Cups. So you're going to turn this burden into celebration. And each layer of these pyramids kind of goes past, present, and future. That's why when I started on the base layer, I pulled three from the bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming, and then three from the top, from past, present, and future. That was just the way I was called. But hey, it's I ain't mad. That's what I've never pulled that way before, but I follow instructions. Page of Cups is here with the Nine of Cups. And there's the rub. It's in the early stages, so you don't see it yet. But pages, they're announcements of what's coming in. So it's coming. Never fear. It's coming. But what is all of this right here? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Man, there's an extra card, but I think Ten of Cups is over here with the Two of Cups. Oh, there was even more. King of Swords. Whoa, what is all of this? Okay, yeah. I'm not sure exactly where all of these go, but guess what, y'all? King of Swords is here with the King of Cups. And the King of Wands was here. That's the Emperor all day. The only one that ain't here, wait a minute, Wands, Swords, Cups. Did he come out? No. The Pentacles didn't. But guess what? With the Ten of Pentacles here and the Ten of Cups over here, the money will be there. Now, again, we're feeling stuck. But Two of Wands, Three of Wands, progression. Whoa, I like the way those fell. Eight of Swords, Two of Wands, Three of Wands. So you're coming out of this. Maybe that's why they were to the side that way. King of Swords was with the three of Swords. King of Cups over here. And then, like I said, it's a kind of a graduation progression. Two of Swords is kind of standing out there looking, or putting the idea, or the ships have gone out of the harbor. The three is looking for them to come in. The four is when they've landed. And it's kind of fitting because the Four of Wands didn't actually come out here. Four of Cups came out in the Four of Air. But this is heading towards a Four of Wands scenario. Whether you see it as individual progression or these divine counterpart progressions, either way, this is a whole lot of spiritual work that's leading to whatever it is that you asked for and wanted. It's coming. Okay. Now, ooh, that was beautiful. They want to grab a few oracle cards. Just because, I mean, these done said plenty, but you know, you know how we do over here. Wow. Definitely not reading all of those, but I gotta take a look because the first one that came out was the Scarlet Woman. I definitely wanted to peek at that. And then as above, so below. This is that's healing that duality. The last laugh, the future, temptation, like a bubble, transformation, and Ganesh, Lord of okay. Wow. Now I get it. Yeah. The Dakinis had a lot to say. This is kind of Four of Swords without the swords. This is understanding that you can create your own reality and actually taking the time to willfully do so with intention. Um, Now this temptation scenario, truthfully, with this amount of spiritual level up, you will have temptation. We go through cycles before graduation where our karmic lessons continue to revisit us just to make sure we got the lesson. And you'll continue to repeat those lessons until you get them and graduate. But this looks like graduation day is upon you. So I'm not even concerned about that with all these other cards here. Transformation speaks for itself. Ganesh is the Lord of obstacles and quite a bit of money. Yeah, I was wondering where are the pentacles here. Well, the Ten of Pentacles we started out with, but with this I kind of expected to see it again. Well, Ganesh himself came there, so yeah. Let's take a quick look at the bikinis. Yeah, like a bubble says, let go of all preconceptions, open up the mind to its original and spontaneous nature. Yeah, and then Scarlet Woman. Like I said, I'm not gonna read everything in here. I found it fascinating, but it makes yeah a lot. And this talks about, it indicates the importance of the Shakti or energy, female energy principle to the question of her manifestation, either as the mystic counterpart in the world or as the attainment of her attributes within the self. It suggests a strongly passionate nature from the sensual to the spiritual realms, either latent either latent or expressed in the heart of the questioner. This is very much a heart card representing the resolution of divisions between spiritual and material, indicating the wondrous creative fulfillment to be achieved through coming to terms with her archetype. She's also to be related to the base or sexual center, a location therein possibly indicating an affair or even a pregnancy. And as above, so below, we know. Like I said, that's that balance and duality. The last laugh, card 64. Take a position of ascendancy in the present situation, and all obstacles will be overcome. See the humor in all situations rather than taking life too seriously. Even morbidity is only a state of mind. Learn to laugh at yourself and at the situations you find yourself in, and in doing so, cut through all limitations normally attributed to karma. Free yourself from attachments. Yeah. And let me see. Yep. Graduation day is upon you. It's a little bit of letting go to do. And again, definitely not saying it is criticism or you ought to do it, because we all let go in degrees. That healing thing, like I said, there's no dark night of the soul, one and done. Oh, no, 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 no. When you think you got it, and spirit take you back through another round and another round and another round. I wish I could tell you when it ends, because I don't think it ever does. They say, what do Gandhi think about? I'm sure something, Well, he don't think about, well, he thinks about whatever he is and wherever he's at now. He's no longer physically embodied on this planet, but you know what I mean. Even gurus get to a point, they still meditate, they still have mentors, they still continue to progress and ascend. There is no end to this. Yeshua is still on an initiatory path or something, somewhere in some dimension. But he's still nice enough to come back and help us out like he said he would. And I thank him. Let it out, let it flow. Open up the heart to feel. Breathe love into your life. Remind yourself to breathe. You are bright energy. Color uplifts you. That may be something important for this next stage, phase, what have you, of your transformation. That grounding and breath work. I think Spirit may want you to pay a little more attention to that. I know they want me to. So, yeah, I get the message. We're not going to even give to temptation at this point. This is too many goodies on the table to allow temptation to get us off track any more. Nope, 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 nope. Don't fear change. Embrace it and grow. No, I'm going to shuffle for them. They want to come out there really. You are on the right path. Wow. You see it, folks. Don't fear change and embrace it, but embrace it and grow, and you are on the right path. One more out of this deck. And, oh Lord, 3 came. Success isn't what you have, it's what you do with what you have. It's always okay to ask for guidance when the way is unclear. You came to serve. I guess that's why those had to come together. Because you're on this path and it is leading you to a point. And for those of us that have been shown a mission that involves some sort of service to humanity, good job. It's coming. It's more than what you thought it was going to be. We done grabbed the tiger by the tail and don't know how to turn it loose. And I'm in the same boat with you. I mean, I just let it. The ideas flow. As Spirit said, we were going to do something big together. I had no idea. They was talking about some of the stuff they shown me. But you know what? When the means comes to be able to do that, I'll gladly do it. I'll gladly. If I'm able to, or when I'm able to implement the things that I've been shown, yeah, it's a no-brainer. It really is. You're being asked to protect yourself and your energy. It's okay to want to give to others what you do effortlessly. It's important though that you set healthy boundaries with your energy before doing so. Now is the time to get some protection in place. This is important. I'm telling you, graduation day is upon you. You're getting the pep talk. Spirit is telling you be more mindful of your protection practices. Don't dismiss that as woo woo. There are people out here, especially if you're having to move with some level of transparency as you share your message and your gifts with the world. There are going to be people that are going to hate on you, period. And as an empath, a chosen one, you are susceptible to those energies if you don't call in your protection. You got plenty of protection. You got all kind of angels, ancestors, Orishas, but you do have to tag them in. You do have to take your salt baths. You do probably need to work with some crystals or some things like that. Whatever it is, your guides will lead you to what you need to do, but don't dismiss it. Do it because you're being brought into a level up or a level of society recognition service that's going to put you in the public eye, which going to make you susceptible to this five of wands energy. These haters are going to hate. Spirit is saying protect yourself. Let it go. Yeah, we've been seeing that one a lot too. Letting go of the pain, resentment you've been holding on to is hurting you. It can't fully be present in your life if you're holding. You can't be fully present in your life if you're holding on to this negativity. Release it and set it free. Because truthfully, for some of us, that's the main hitch in our giddy up right now. That last little thing. It's a healing process. I get it. Again, like I said, I'm not criticizing nobody because I got my own to do. But that's the thing that's holding this up. But Spirit is showing you you made enough progress. They're showing you what's here. No, I'm not taking three of them, especially them. We ain't doing that. Study. A new endeavor is upon you, and it may require new knowledge and skills. Put the intention out to the universe, and the right teacher will soon find you. Yeah. Get that class, get that whatever it is. Because it may not be, you may not have to go back to a university. You might be able to find somebody locally to get you what you need. The main thing is to get the information so that you can do the thing that you're being guided to do. I'm just having a hard time getting up with my Reiki girl. I know where she's at, but I thought they were going to do a class this year, and she still hasn't gotten back. And I've called up there a bajillion times. I'm going to keep calling though. Stop caring about what they think. This is your life to love and live. Amen. Give your inner critique a vacation day. Be kind to yourself. Stop ruminating over what you did or didn't do. Let it go. Be authentic. Anything else is just exhausting. Yes. Last but not least, we're going to round up here with some Maji. Because I see very clearly I'm talking to the chosen ones today. I just want to pull some of these. We're just going to give a run through or two and see whatever comes out. I'm not setting to a number because these are all super quick. So we're just going to go. Black sheep. I know. Me too. Dark Night of the Soul. The Purge. Mm-hmm. Do we do one more? One more quick pass? Well, good Lord. Okay. That's a lot. Okay. That was the last one and very fitting. The last card that came out. Rebirth. But let's see what we got here, fam. Cause wow. Well, evil family members, we just gonna leave y'all. We know. Y'all can't help yourself. But that's okay, but we love you anyway. Remain calm at this time. You two evil family members, you are a star seed. You were born to be a legend. Some of you are being revealed hidden secrets and receiving dream messages. Definitely a black sheep. Probably have natural Reiki powers, may not even realize it. But guess what? Look into it if you feel so inclined. Wake up. The wake up call was here. Now it's here. You are of the ancient divine blood. You're going to be receiving DNA upgrades. Perhaps even your psychic clairvoyant powers kicking in, amplifying. Dark Night of the Soul 47.0 was a wild one. But hey, no. Oh, I say, what is it? Apple is on like iOS 17. You're going to be on iOS 32.2. Dark Night of the Soul keeps happening, but that's what's necessary. They'll regret messing with a chosen one because I'm trying to tell you, you've been down for a minute, but they shouldn't have counted you out, chosen. They shouldn't have counted you out. Your ancestors is riding hard for you. Hard for you. Watch, it's coming. Abundance is here. Divine protection and intervention. Your third eye is awakening. Rebirth. Rebirth. This is your reading, my dear loved one. Oh, I've missed one. You have the gift of courage. Even if you feel like cowardly lion right now, you're going to get the gift of courage. Spirit just gave it to you. Your ancestors said, here you go. Now, all you have to do is realize that and get out there and do this thing you've been shown to do. Do it with your knees shaking if you got to. Just do it. Because that's all courage is the grit or chutzpah, as they say, to do it anyway. You think actors and stuff, when they first got on stage or any of those, some of those people still get stage fright, or you see them doing some kind of whatever to get in their zone because they connect with their guides in that way, and you're going to do the same thing, whether you are playing a sport or playing a musical instrument or cooking or painting or drawing or writing or whatever. You're hooking up with your guides, and you're gonna go with the flow and allow this rebirth and allow your beautiful, juicy, delicious ascension to be seen and known to the world. Because it's nice to do ascend, but it ain't just for you. You here to serve, boo. You don't become an X-Man just to sit home and be cool. You came to serve. Congratulations to you, family. This was an honor, an absolute honor to do this reading. If it resonates with you, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. If this resonates, make that energy exchange and leave a comment. I claim this because I certainly claim it. Thank you for joining me and allowing me to share this one with you, family. I appreciate you so much. And until next time, peace and blessings to you. Namaste.